Shalom. Call Halo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Radash. Shalom and salutations and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, where I continue to learn this 100% truth. Shalom to the elder bishops, who are also continuing to learn this 100% truth from Yahbashin Yahshua Barakatham. Shalom to the elders, the prophets, the teachers, and the evangelists as well, who will also continue to learn this 100% truth. Yahbashin Yahshua Barakatham to you, the water for your sacrifices, as well as from the elder apostles on down. Shalom to the speckled bird, the confused face, the Akim and Aqua, the Akim on the highways and byways, and last but not least, the elect. Back again with another video, praying that you be edified with it. And yeah, man, that Rev 13, verse 16 is going down. You know, I'm gonna keep speaking about it because we're closer and closer to those main prophecies. Again, announcement: Great Britain decided to do the go with the CHIP, and I believe they're making it mandatory. So it won't be long, as Elder Apostle Tahar says. You know, we're getting closer. All the elder apostles, we're getting closer. But this video is to talk a little bit about the systematic setup for Jake using the women to destroy the man and destroy the Jake family. And when I say Jake, I mean you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native American Indians, who Esau has, the elites have been plotting against you, and they've always known who you were, and they've been tracking you since they departed from you. Back in the ancient times, and now, you know, they're trying to get rid of you, but we know that Yahbashin Yahushua is going to stand for his people, as the scriptures say, and protect his elect, as the scriptures have said. So I got two videos that I'm gonna play that kind of shows you systematically what Esau has done ever since he's come back into his rulership from the Renaissance period. So let's listen to what's Dr. Umar, and then there's another young lady that gets on here, and she says some real things that Jake women are going through, that are trying to do the right thing, not realizing that they were caught into a snare and systematically set up to lose. So let's check it out.
In the 1970s, they decided to make the black man economically irrelevant to the black woman. So in the 70s, that's when they went into the high schools of Cleveland, the high schools of Cincinnati, the high schools of Columbus, and they took out all the industrial building trades. That's why in Black America today, there might only be 1 or 2 high schools where you can still learn how to be a plumber, a carpenter, a roofer, a welder, an electrician. 75 years ago, everybody graduated from high school with a skill. Our grandparents lived without a college degree better than we do now, right? Because they had the skills that can pay the bills. In order to bankrupt the Black Power movement, they removed the skills training out the high school. They also removed the industries, the factories out the black communities and turned them into prisons. So the black man became economically irrelevant to the black woman. Then they infused the welfare programs in. The welfare programs was not to help black women and children. It was to help the black woman forget about the black man. 1980s, they dropped the crack off. So now black men suffering from not being able to provide, you can smoke the crack or you can sell the crack. They don't care. Either way, you're going to jail. That gave birth to Bill Clinton's 1994 crime bill, Democrat, who locked up more black people than any Republican president you can name. Then that lead us to the year 2000, George W. Bush, he drops off the FBI bomb, faith-based initiative. He started allowing black churches to qualify for federal money. And since the black churches started qualifying for federal money, a lot of black churches have retreated from the front line.
That's that 501c3 program
of civil rights struggle. That's why when you go to most black cities, it's hard to find a church that's at the forefront of fighting against miseducation, mass incarceration, police extermination, gentrification, and economic apartheid, because they're getting paid to stay out of it. In the 19...
So let's go to the next video.
Y'all, they tricked us. Yep, they tricked us. They had black women thinking that we need to keep up with men, that we gotta be bosses and be independent women. They tricked us. I just came from working every day, my own business. I opened and I closed there. I had no time for my family. I had no time for my husband. I had no time because I was tired. I had no time for my kids. I had other people getting them off the bus and not knowing what's going on with my older son. They tricked us, y'all. Other groups of women in different areas, they're at home with their kids. All of that independent, you know that independent song by Lil Boosie? You know that single lady song by Beyonce? They tricked us, y'all. They tricked us. They tricked us. Beyonce isn't single anyway.
Exactly. She's making a point, and she's trying to get certain women to understand, you Jake women, on how, again, you fell for the okie doke, similar to what the serpent did to Eve. She falling for the okie doke and biting on the philosophy of being tricked, thinking that you can be a god and be over your man. And this is one of the reasons why Yahweh Shem Yahushai commanded Eve to be subject to your husband and to only desire your husband. You know what I mean? So we continue.
And she got, I don't even know how many kids. But they tricked us, y'all. That's why black women are right now the number one group getting diagnosed with autoimmune disorders, cancers. Many of these autoimmune disorders come from stress. When we try to live in our masculine. Now, I know some of us, we have to work. And, you know, we got to do what we got to do. But for those of us that have a choice, what are we trying to prove to people by showing that we're a boss, or thing is always going to be not all the way fulfilled? Be it your kids, if you have to work full time. But they tricked us. They tricked us into living in our masculine when we should be living in our feminine. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Well, I am a little bit, but yeah, it's by plan, y'all. And look how we're getting diagnosed with different diseases and disorders. Even me, I personally was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis while I was in a really stressful situation of going to school. So I'm not saying don't, achieve certain things that you want to achieve or go to school or things like that. I'm saying take it slowly and only handle as much as you can. Don't throw too much on your platter, on your plate. You don't have to do that. But now that I stay at home, I'm basically a stay-at-home mom. I love getting my daughter off the bus. I love waking up to my baby and not having to take my baby to daycare or look for somebody to have to watch him. Or I love being able to take care of my body. I'm out walking and working out in the morning when I wouldn't have been able to do this before. But y'all, other groups of women, this is are doing. You don't have to prove yourself. We don't have to be bosses. We don't have to be independent women. We don't have to be. And that doesn't make us lazy or anything like that. We're tending to other obligations. But yeah, they tricked us, y'all.
All right, so let's get some scriptures. Let's see. Bear me 1 second. I'm trying to remember the scripture, but it's not pulling up. Let's see. If all fails, what's the scripture? Oppression makes a wise man. I'm Salaki, man. I thought it was Ecclesiasticus. Let me start off with the scripture I want to get off with. So, I let you hear the video, and that video had some information and knowledge of understanding some of the things that you Israelites have been through in the past 50 years. And this is Ecclesiastes 7:7, and it reads, "Surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart." This is what Esau has done. He has oppressed us. And the wise men who understand this book, through the power and grace of Yahweh Bashan Yahweh Shai, through his prophets and teachers and evangelists and apostles, have made that wise man angry because they know the truth. The scriptures tell you the truth shall set you free, roughly paraphrasing. And the gift is what destroyeth the heart, is what he also gave to the Jake woman, Esau. Esau gave the Jake woman so-called liberation, the power to, earn like a man, and to get the things and buy the things that a man would normally buy and take care for his family. That's why I showed the video of Dr. Umar and what was going on in the 60s and the 70s, preferably even the 50s, you know what I mean, and what they did to change that taking away the skills. Now, these skills are still needed. It's just that they took them away from the Jake and the communities that they were given. And now, and they just put crime in community. They just put crime in the community for you to earn money the negative way. So, let's get another scripture I want to pull up. It reads, Luke 18:1, "And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men are always to pray and not to faint, saying, there is a city, a judge which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto, saying, avenge me of mine adversary, and would not for a while, But afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High, nor regard men, yet because this widow troubled me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she wearied me. So this city and the people in the city that don't fear Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is a city that will and should be destroyed. Let me see something. This you know what? I get it in the NLT. And it says the parables of prayer, but parable of the persistent widow. And I'll start again at the top. It's in the NLT. One day Yahweh Shai told his disciples a story to show that he should always pray and never give up. So I say that to say that we should always pray. Always pray. Pray is like begging. It is begging, actually. You want to be praying to the Most High every day, 4 or 5 times, 6. I don't care. Every day, as much as you can, for Him to give you the things that you need, not that you want. Because if the Most High is dealing with you, He's going to give you what you need, not what you want. Verse 2, and there was a judge in a certain city, he said, who neither feared the Most High nor cared about people. A widow of that city came to him, repeating, saying, give me justice in this dispute with my enemy. The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, I don't fear the Most High or care about people, but this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice because she is wearing me out with her constant requests. And Yahweh Shai said, learn. Then the Lord said, learn a lesson from this unjust judge. Even he rendered a just decision in the end. So don't you think the Most High will surely give justice to His chosen people who cry out to Him day and night? Will He keep putting them off? No, He's not. He's going to do. He's bound by His name and His word. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is. And with that being said, He's going to definitely, through Scripture, give His elect justice, because we have been crying to Him day and night. This is why it's important for you to pray. Let me see. Let's get Psalms 119. Where was it at? No, it's 170. Psalms 119, 170, and it reads, let my supplication come before thee, deliver me according to thy word. And in the NLT it reads, listen to my prayer, rescue me as you promised. That's my point, that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to deliver you if you're true and sincere about Him delivering you. And it's only going to be the elect. Only the elect is going to be sincere about Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai coming back to deliver them, Salakia. I'm Salaki. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think of a scripture. Okay, here we go. So again, our people, man, only the elect is going to get what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has promised in this first time around. But all Israel shall be saved. But there are rebellious children, and they're going to be destroyed. And I just wanted to bring that scripture out. And then I'm just going to jump over to the understanding of the second video about the women, the mentality of the women. I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures on that, but this is Isaiah 30:1, and it reads, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my sight, that they might add sin, to walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." And this is what our people have done. We have trusted and believed in Egypt. Like when the woman said, Salakia, we was tricked, or the women were tricked. That's because you believed and you trusted in Egypt. You trusted in Babylon. You trusted in Esau. Just like you did in the ancient time. In the beginning, you trusted Esau. And because of that, this is where we at today. Let's jump over to Isaiah 9:12, and it reads, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and so the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine." So our women have fell for the okie doke again. And because of it, this is one of the reasons why Israel is going through what they go through as a people. Because Esau knew to attack our women. Isaiah 13:15. And it reads, "Everyone that is found, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children shall also be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished." Because this is what Esau has done to us. So yes, these curses are about to come on his women as well. Because they have sent deception, enchantments, wicked philosophies to destroy our people. And they worked on our women first. And they spiritually raped them, physically as well. And took advantage of our people to the point that we're so destroyed as a people, we don't know anything that's right versus wrong. Everything that's wrong and anything that feels good is what's acceptable in what we want to say the so-called black culture. And it has to stop. It has to be destroyed. And it is, because Yahweh Shai is going to destroy it. That's what the whole, what's that, Daniel chapter 7 is talking about, that big rock, that great millstone. That's Yahweh Shai destroying the system, this beast system. 2 Thessalonians 2:10. "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, and that they should believe a lie." And this is what's going on with our people. They believe lies. They believe wickedness. They believe in things that are not of the truth. And that's what's going to lead to them being judged. James 2:13. "For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiced against judgment. So Esau is going to get that judgment, just like we got it, because he had no mercy. He was Amalek, the head tribe of Esau, was the first ones to attack us when we was going, through the wilderness, trying to pass through Edom, trying to get to our homeland, and was promised to us. But Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai got things set up to everybody. What they reap is what they sow. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, and the Lord is going to be our defense, man. And the ones, like he was saying, the ones who are his elect will be saved, and the ones who are not will be destroyed. And truth be told, they're going to be burnt. This is James 2:14, and it reads, what doth it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have no works? Can faith save him? No, it cannot. You also have to, what's in Ecclesiasticus? I think 37, I think 19. I mentioned it yesterday. Just listen to one of the brothers, but the scripture says how, you have wise men who understand the scriptures, that teach the scriptures and help comfort you with the scriptures, but they don't follow and do what they're supposed to do. They don't, do the scriptures they don't follow the scriptures at all. And that's, I said wise, but that's not a wise man. But let's go to Psalms. And I'm just kind of all over the place, man, but that's how the Spirit had me on it this morning. So, it is what it is. Psalms 94:21. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But Yahweh is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. So again, man, pray, stay prayed up, man, and continue to ask Yahweh to deliver you, and to put the Spirit on you to see the things that are happening and to make the right decisions, because we all go off. You know what I mean? So this is why you have to pray and acknowledge Yahweh, because he's the one that's in control of everything. And whatever he wants to happen will happen. So you want to definitely stand in good graces and please the Most High to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? Abarak is how you edify with that lesson. I'm going to say, Kahalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. Shalom again and salutations and double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone on down, and shalom to the elect. Shalom. Abba Babal, Baba Kusha. Shalom.